Have you ever wondered what happens beneath you when you step into the ocean? It seems calm, the water is clear, the sun reflects on the waves, your feet touch the sandy bottom. But then, one more step, and there's no ground beneath your feet. Below is emptiness. Or is it? The ocean is another universe, where everything is governed by laws, far removed from those of humans. We are used to thinking of ourselves as the masters of the planet, but in the water, we are helpless guests. And there are creatures that know this very well. Sharks are not just fish. They are perfect hunters, honed by evolution over hundreds of millions of years. They have seen dinosaurs appear and disappear on Earth, survived ice ages, and now they watch us. Their body is a perfect survival machine. Sharks sense you long before you notice them. They have special receptors called ampullae of Lorenzini, which detect even the weakest electrical impulses. Simply put, they can see your heartbeat. No matter how quietly you swim or how still you are, your panic will give you away. And if a shark becomes interested in you, you won't know it until the very last second. Its attack is a lightning-fast lunge. In a fraction of a second, it reaches a speed comparable to a car on the highway. You won't have time to react because you won't even see where it came from. In 90% of cases, sharks attack from below, out of the darkness, which is why their victims notice nothing until the very strike. And the scariest part, we don't have exact data on how many undiscovered species of sharks are still hiding in the depths. We've explored only a few percent of the ocean. The rest is darkness that could be hiding anything. After this information, do you still want to go into the water? The underwater cage trap. Cage diving is a popular activity. People go underwater, believing there is a reliable barrier between them and the ocean predators. But those who have encountered sharks up close know that no metal provides complete protection. The great white shark, one of the most powerful predators of the ocean. The average length of an adult is about 15 feet, but there are giants reaching up to 20. They weigh as much as a small SUV. And this massive creature, driven by a hunter's instinct, is not accustomed to giving up in the face of obstacles. There are known cases where sharks have broken into cages. Their jaws, capable of crushing bone with a single bite, easily deform metal bars. A shark has no bones. Its skeleton is made of flexible cartilage, which makes it incredibly agile. If it finds the slightest gap, its flexible body will squeeze through. But even if the bars hold, it doesn't mean you're safe. Recent footage from Mexico shows a great white shark accelerating and crashing into a cage with such force that the structure was pushed back, nearly breaking the attachment. All of this was accompanied by what can only be described as an absolute nightmare. Chaotic movement of the water, the impacts of a massive body, the panic of the diver who found themselves face to face with the predator. It's important to understand that the shark is not a malicious creature that wants to kill everything alive. It is a perfect predator, driven by natural instincts. If it sees prey, it attacks. And the cage is just another obstacle for it to overcome. Now imagine you're inside, behind thin bars, and outside is a giant mouth with hundreds of teeth. How would you feel at that moment? Attack on the boat. Imagine a calm day, a light breeze, the boat swaying on the waves. Everything is going according to plan, until something huge starts moving underwater. A shadow, longer than the boat, appears suddenly. At first, it just glides alongside, as if studying. But suddenly, a sharp jolt. The vessel shakes, and this moment changes everything completely. Shark attacks on boats are not a myth. Especially when it comes to great white sharks and their close relatives, tiger sharks. These predators can reach lengths of 15 to 20 feet and a weight comparable to a small car. Now imagine this behemoth ramming into the hull of your vessel. In 2017, off the coast of South Africa, a great white shark was caught on camera attacking a tourist boat. At first, people thought it would just swim by, but no. It turned around and hit the side at full speed. The impact was so strong that the vessel tilted. Scientists believe that such attacks don't happen for no reason. Sharks don't have paws. They explore the world with their teeth. Sometimes they are attracted to a moving object, the vibrations of a motor or the reflections of sunlight. They might taste anything that seems like potential prey to them. There have been cases where sharks bit buoys, pieces of plastic, and even metal structures. But there is also another side. Sharks can smell blood in the water from great distances, more than 300 feet. If there is an injured fish or a carcass of a marine animal nearby, the predator can go into hunting mode. And then it doesn't matter to them what is in front of them. A boat, a kayak, or even a kayaker. In 2020, in Australia, a great white shark attacked a fisherman in a kayak. The man recounted that he was just sitting and fishing when suddenly the boat literally flew into the air. He found himself in the water, and a few feet away from him was a silhouette with a raised dorsal fin. The shark circled around, hit the overturned kayak, and disappeared. The man was lucky that another boat was nearby, otherwise he had almost no chance of getting out. What to do if a shark attacks the boat? First, maintain balance. Many boats capsize not from the attack, but due to the panic of the passengers. Second, do not jump into the water. There you are easy prey. And finally, third, if the vessel is small and the shark continues to circle nearby, try to move away from the attack site without making unnecessary movements. But honestly, in such a situation, the best tactic is to pray that the predator loses interest. Now think about it. The ocean is vast, and no one knows how many more such incidents haven't been caught on camera. Are you sure that while boating, there's nothing beneath you already watching you? Beach awakening. A hot day, warm sand, dozens of people in the water, children splashing around, adults relaxing, waves lazily rolling onto the shore. And no one suspects that right beneath the water's surface, death is lurking. Shark attacks on people at beaches occur every year. Most often, this is because the shark mistakes a person for its usual prey, like a sea lion or fish. But sometimes the reasons lie deeper. In 2019, in California, a man was simply swimming a few dozen feet from the shore when he was suddenly pulled underwater. Witnesses claimed that the water instantly turned red. It was a great light shark. In this region, they are not uncommon, but such an attack shocked even the local fishermen. According to them, there was neither blood nor traces of injured fish in the water that day, which could have attracted the predator. This means that the shark attacked deliberately. Scientists explain that such attacks may be a result of curiosity. The shark doesn't see who is in front of it, it is investigating. That's why many survivors of attacks have said that the predator just made one test bite and swam away. But this test bite can cost a person their life. The bite force of a great white shark is comparable to the impact of a 2,000-pound concrete slab falling. The danger increases in murky water. If the ocean is rough, the shark has a harder time distinguishing silhouettes, which means it might mistake a swimmer for prey. Places near river mouths, where water mixes with fresh water, are particularly dangerous. In these areas, tiger sharks hunt, which are the second most dangerous after great whites. They are aggressive, attack without warning, and are capable of pursuing prey even if it tries to hide in shallow water. But the most terrifying footage is of attacks on beaches full of people. Imagine dozens of vacationers, laughter, conversations, and suddenly a sharp change in atmosphere. Screams, panic, people running to the shore, and some never make it out of the water. In an instant, the ocean reminds you who is in charge here. How not to become a victim. First, don't swim at dusk. This is the time when sharks are actively hunting. Second, avoid areas where birds and fish are behaving strangely. There might already be a predator in the water. And finally, if you see a shark, don't try to run. Sudden movements attract its attention. You should retreat slowly, keeping the predator in sight. But what if you're already in the water, and a fin appears nearby? To be honest, your chances are slim. At that moment, every second counts. The main thing is not to panic and hope that the shark doesn't see you as easy prey. Because if it decides to attack, you won't have time to escape. The great white shark is a killing machine. Have you seen how a great white shark hunts? It's not just a fish, it's a perfect killer created by nature. Imagine you're swimming in the open ocean. Everything is quiet, just the measured sounds of the water. But somewhere down there, at the edge of visibility, a shadow flickers. It's circling, studying you. It will wait until you let your guard down. And then a lightning-fast strike from below. The great white shark is one of the most dangerous predators on the planet. On average, it measures 15 to 20 feet in length, but recorded specimens are over 25. It weighs as much as an SUV. Now imagine this behemoth charging at its prey with the speed of a race car. When a great white shark attacks, it doesn't just bite. Its jaw is the perfect tool for dismemberment. The bite pressure is about 2 tons per square inch. This means it can crush a skull, break bones, and tear off a limb in one motion. Its teeth are like real blades, sharper than a razor. They are designed so that after each bite, new ones immediately grow in its mouth. A shark can have up to 3 tons, thousands of teeth at once, and they are constantly being replaced, but its most terrifying ability is patience. Great white sharks never rush at their prey immediately. They can watch their victim for a long time, studying its behavior. They understand that injured or weakened prey is an easy target, which is why sharks like to attack lone swimmers or surfers. A solitary silhouette on the water is like a beacon to them. Scientists have recorded several instances where a great white shark played with its prey. Before killing it, the shark might bite and release it several times, waiting for the victim to bleed out. Why? Because this way there's less chance of resistance. In 2018, off the coast of Australia, a great white shark attacked a surfer. First, it hit him hard from below, knocking him off the board, then turned around and started circling. The surfer managed to get back on, but the shark didn't leave. It made a few more circles, waiting for the right moment. The man hid. He was only saved because other surfers nearby created a wall of boards, scaring the predator away. Now imagine, you're in the water, and there's silence all around. You're sure there's no predator beneath you that has already chosen you as its next victim. The tiger shark is a fearless killer. If the great white shark is a cold-blooded killer, then the tiger shark is a ruthless devourer of all living things. It doesn't just hunt, it destroys. Everything that ends up in its mouth becomes prey. The tiger shark got its name because of the stripes on its body, but its character is more like the behavior of a wildcat. It is patient, smart, and incredibly dangerous. On average, it reaches 15 feet in length, but specimens over 20 feet have been recorded. And its weight can be compared to the weight of 2 motorcycles. Unlike the great white shark, the tiger shark does not abandon its prey after the first bite. It attacks and then continues to tear at its prey until it gets what it wants. That's why it is considered one of the most aggressive sharks in the world. A great white shark might let go if it realizes it's dealing with unfamiliar prey, but the tiger shark doesn't care. It will eat you even if it realizes you're not a sea lion. These sharks hunt at night and like to swim into coastal waters. They can come so close to the shore that people don't even suspect their presence. In 2009, off the coast of Hawaii, a group of tourists decided to swim at night. One of them swam a little further out and was pulled underwater in a second. Witnesses saw the water churn, and then a fin appeared. A few seconds later, the body surfaced, but it was missing an arm. It was a tiger shark. They don't just attack, they stalk. If a tiger shark spots you, your chances of escaping are practically nil. These sharks often attack even professional divers. They are not afraid of cages, not afraid of people, and they don't get distracted by other objects once they've chosen a target. Their stomachs have been found to contain the most unexpected things. License plates, pieces of boats, tin cans. They literally devour everything. If something moves, they attack it. Now imagine you're swimming in the ocean at night. The water is dark, and you can't see the bottom. And near you, there might already be a creature circling that doesn't care who you are. It just wants to eat. The lemon shark. A hidden threat. The lemon shark sounds harmless, doesn't it? As if it's just another type of exotic fish that harmlessly glides through the water. But here's what's important to understand. There are no friendly sharks in the ocean. None that can be called safe. And the lemon shark is no exception. On average, this shark grows to about 10 to 11 feet, but there are larger specimens. It is heavy, powerful, and its body is perfectly adapted for a swift strike. The lemon shark inhabits shallow waters, near shores, in lagoons and bays. It doesn't like deep waters, which means it swims where people are relaxing. These sharks are often found in places popular with divers. They investigate, approach, and circle around. Most of the time, they really do behave calmly, until a certain point. But the problem is that lemon sharks have a particular trait. They can suddenly switch from a passive state to an aggressive one. One wrong move, and this shark turns from a curious observer into a killer. In 2017, there was an incident in the Bahamas that was caught on camera. A diver was diving towards a school of lemon sharks, holding a camera in his hands. They were behaving calmly, allowing him to get close. But, at one moment, one of the sharks suddenly changed its course, quickly turned around, and bit the diver on the arm. The man managed to pull his limb back, but the footage shows that if the grip had been slightly stronger, he would have lost his hand. Scientists still do not know the exact reason for such attacks. One hypothesis is that lemon sharks have a high level of territoriality. They can tolerate a human's presence for a long time, but when an invisible boundary is crossed, an attack is inevitable. Moreover, lemon sharks have incredibly powerful jaws. The pressure of their bite is lower than that of a great white or tiger shark, but the teeth are arranged in such a way that they crush rather than tear flesh. This makes their bites extremely dangerous. But the most frightening thing about lemon sharks is their behavior. They often hunt in groups. Imagine you're in the water, surrounded by several sharks. They move smoothly, almost lazily. But suddenly one speeds up, then another. And in a second, everything turns into chaos. So don't let the name fool you. A lemon shark is not about calmness. It's about unpredictability. And if you think it's just swimming nearby out of curiosity, it might already be deciding where to start its hunt. Megalodon. Legend or reality? Have you heard that megalodons are extinct? That they no longer exist? Well, yes, officially. But if it's all that simple, why do images appear every year showing huge shadows gliding through the water? Why do fishermen find giant bite marks on whales? Why do the depths of the ocean still hide so many mysteries? Let's figure it out. Megalodon, the largest shark in history. On average, its length reached 60 feet. But there are findings indicating that there were even larger specimens. The jaws of the megalodon were so enormous that an adult human could easily fit inside. Its bite pressure was 10 times greater than that of a great white shark. It didn't just bite, it tore its prey apart. It is officially believed that megalodons went extinct millions of years ago. But here's what's strange. Findings of their teeth continue. In 2022, a tooth was found in the Atlantic Ocean that was estimated to be significantly younger than it should have been. Additionally, marks of huge bites have been found on the bodies of whales, which could not belong to any known shark. Another incident occurred in 2014. Australian researchers placed a tracker on a great white shark to monitor its behavior. A few days later, the tag showed a sudden drop to a depth of about 2,000 feet, followed by a rise in temperature and strange movements. The only logical explanation. The shark swallowed something. But what could eat? A 15-foot white shark? That's why the theory that megalodons might be hiding at great depths still intrigues scientists. We've explored only 5% of the ocean. The rest is in endless darkness where anything could be hiding. But what if it still exists? What if a giant predator lives in the deepest trenches, avoiding contact with humans? Perhaps we are simply not ready to encounter it. Because if the megalodon surfaces, no underwater cages, boats, or ships will help. So are you sure you want to know the truth? The ocean is an arena of relentless battle. Did water always seem calming to you? Waves roll onto the shore, the sound of the surf lulls you. But here's the reality. Beneath the ocean's surface, a constant war is waged. This is no place for the weak. Here, no one plays by the rules. Every second, a silent battle unfolds in the depths between predator and prey. And if you think that humans hold any position in this food chain, I'm sorry to disappoint you. In the ocean, we are nothing. Sharks are perfect killers. Their attacks are calculated to the millimeter, their reaction is faster than your thought. The great white hunts with lightning speed, using power and speed. The tiger shark doesn't rush, but if it chooses a target, it will follow it to the end. And there are others you may not have even heard of. Does anyone know what an oceanic white-tipped shark is? It's a true nightmare. It rarely comes into view, but if it appears near you, it means you're in trouble. This shark is known for having hunted survivors of shipwrecks. There are dozens of recorded cases where it attacked people who ended up in the water. During World War II, when the American cruiser Indianapolis was sunk, hundreds of survivors ended up in the open ocean. They spent 4 days in the water. And it was during this time that the hunt began. Eyewitnesses reported that at first, the sharks just circled around, checking who among the people was weakened. And then the real nightmare began. They attacked from below, dragging them away one by one. Do you think this is a story from the past? The attacks continue. In 2019, in the Caribbean Sea, there was an incident where a short-finned mako shark attacked a fisherman who accidentally fell overboard. Rescuers found him several hours later. Or what was left of him. Do you understand the difference between the ocean and the land? Here, no one will help you. No walls, no technology will protect you from the laws of nature. Water is an alien world, and if you end up here, only the strongest will survive. The final blow. Leave your thoughts behind. So, now you know who rules the ocean. You've heard stories of attacks, of silent strikes from the depths, of giants lurking in the shadows. Now the question is, what will you do with this information? Because the truth is, all of this can happen again. Right now, at this very moment. Somewhere in the world, a shark is watching a moving shadow in the water, calculating the trajectory of its strike. Right now, someone is entering the ocean, completely unaware that they have already become part of this ruthless game. But the most frightening thing is the unknown. We've explored only 5% of the world's oceans. What is hidden in the rest? What creatures might be lurking in the depths, simply avoiding our sight? Every year, the ocean reminds us that we are guests on its territory. Every year, attacks occur that are not always even reported. And how many cases remain unknown? How many people have disappeared in the water, and no one knows what happened to them? Now, think about it. If tomorrow you were offered to jump into the ocean, knowing all this, would you dare? Or would you prefer to stay on land, understanding that the water holds too many secrets that are better left undisclosed? Leave your thoughts, because the ocean hears.